Hey, good morning, folks. Nick Reagan here from your first alert desk for 5 on 5 Plus. It's 5 minutes of local news and headlines right here from our Live 5 newsroom. Now, we are going to start this morning with a fire out of Cottageville that we just learned about earlier this morning. Firefighters, they were looking to find out what caused a fire that damaged 2 homes in the Cottageville area. Now, crews with Colleton County Fire Rescue were called to Michelle Lane just before 1 yesterday morning. When firefighters arrived, the fire had already spread to the surrounding woods and caused the roof on one of those homes to collapse. Firefighters were able to contain the fire over the course of about 3 hours, and they prevented it from spreading to another home. Now, luckily, they tell us that no one was inside those 2 mobile homes at the time of the fire, but of course, they will continue to investigate what may have started this blaze. Over in Charleston County, a big decision last night. The school board has offered the acting superintendent the permanent role. Last night, the board voted 5-4 to offer Anita Huggins the superintendent contract after hours of intense debate. Now, the offer comes without a superintendent search. Huggins was named the acting superintendent in October of last year after Dr. Eric Gallion resigned from the role. Now to an update from an officer-involved shooting over the weekend. We now know the name of the suspect in that shooting in West Ashley. You can see him there, Christopher Hampton. He's being charged with attempted murder and possession of a weapon during a crime. He's also been denied bond and is currently being held in the Charleston County Jail. That shooting happened Sunday night after police say that they got a call about a suspicious person at the Walgreens on Old Town Road. CPD officer Taylor Schwartz found Hampton and chased after him. Authorities say Hampton dropped a gun and then reached to pick it up, and that's when Schwartz shot him and ended up shooting him in the shoulder. Now, Hampton then shot back. CPD says regardless of the state Law Enforcement Division standard protocol, the department is looking into the incident to make sure that the officer was acting in line with department policy. SLED says this is the 3rd officer-involved shooting in the state so far this year and the first one involving the Charleston Police Department. Now, we are also told that the officer suffered a wound to his hand, but it was not a gunshot, and they've been released from the hospital. All right, well, let's take a look at your forecast now. You can see those temperatures maybe a little bit cold this morning and today, but temperatures are on the rise, but we're going to have to dodge some showers as well. Let's check in with our First Alert weather team.
And good Tuesday morning. I'm meteorologist Joey Sovine. Yesterday morning in the 20s, this morning 40s and 50s as you head outside. There will be a lot of clouds today, and we can't rule out a couple of spotty showers. So take the umbrellas with you. We'll be in the 60s at lunchtime, mid to upper 60s. I'll be cloudy with the 60s, so that may make it feel just a little bit cooler. May want to hang on to a light jacket through the afternoon. 72 tomorrow. Still dodging a couple of raindrops. Looks fairly dry on Thursday. Then the rain chance goes up on Friday. It will be a decent chance of some scattered showers Saturday, but that may hold off until very late in the day, leaving us with most of Saturday dry at 75. And then Sunday, the rain chance finally goes away with highs in the 60s.
All right, Joey, thank you very much. Well, let's head to New Hampshire now, where voters will be selecting the Republican presidential candidates, or at least their recommendation from their state. They're going to head to the polls rather, to cast their ballots. Nikki Haley has already won the first 6 votes, which are cast in a traditional fashion at midnight. All of this comes as 2 major names in South Carolina recently announced endorsements for Donald Trump. Senator Tim Scott endorsed Trump over the weekend, and yesterday, Representative Nancy Mace made her endorsement of Trump, despite Haley supporting Mace in her congressional primary 2 years ago when Trump backed Mace's opponent and called Mace a, quote, terrible candidate. To Columbia now, the State Department of Education is now accepting applications for a new program to help certain families send their children to private schools. The Education Scholarship Trust Fund, known as ESAs, or the School Voucher Program, is the largest expansion of school choice in South Carolina history. It awards $6,000 scholarships to up to 5,000 qualifying students for use on public school tuition and related costs. But the program's future will soon be in the hands of the state Supreme Court, as many are challenging it since it's funded with tax dollars. The state Supreme Court will hear the arguments in the case in early March. If it's upheld, the scholarships will be used starting at the beginning of the upcoming school year, which starts sometime in August. All right, well, that's a look at our top headlines right now from our Live 5 newsroom. I've been Nick Reagan. This has been Live 5 on 5 Plus. Thank you so much for joining us.